We're live. You catch us doing other things. We're chit-chatting.
Yes,
welcome to Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and me. Well, I wasn't. Yes, me. Yeah. And
Barbara.
We got Haiti Spencer, and Winnie. This
Miss
is our
Winnie.
Love on a Leash.
Certified therapy pet.
It comes and visits with us. I used to hold her,
Yes.
but now that Haiti's with us, she gets to hold her because she won't sit in my lap when
I'm around.
Gabe, did you want to?
Yes.
Start with prayer. We open these things, ask God to help to be with us, and
Where's number 4? Cool, I'll take that one. Oh. Sorry about the noise. We're good. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today thanking you for another glorious day. We ask that you be with these hosts, and we also ask that you be with our show, Lord God. We thank you that you've allowed us to be in this community, and we ask that you use us to bless those around us and glorify your name. And we ask all this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. And now we're going to run off to commercials, and we'll be back with Jennifer Pittsinger and all about Keep Greenville Beautiful.
At Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are by your side. When times are good, we will be here for you. When times are difficult, we will stand with you. Why? Because you are our family, friends, and neighbors. That's why at Hunt Regional Healthcare, we continue to invest in services, specialties, and team members to provide the trusted care you've come to count on, so you can rest assured your loved ones will always receive the best quality care. Hunt Regional Healthcare, by your side.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
Welcome back, Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and me.
And us.
Yes, all of us. We are learning about, enjoying what's going on in this town. People say there's nothing going on and there's nothing fun, there's nothing good. And
We're going to change that.
well, no, there's a ton of stuff.
Yes.
And this gives them an archive. They can look and see, oh, wow, look at all the stuff that's happening.
Absolutely.
So, and I don't know the date, so I have to ask. We've got Jennifer Pittsinger here with us for Keep Greenville Beautiful. And I told her I was going to say, so what does Keep Greenville Beautiful do? We're going to talk about that, your shirt too. But
Okay. We do a lot of stuff. We do trash cleanups. We have Arbor Day, which is coming up. We'll talk about, we do home and garden shows. We have a Make a Difference Day project. And then we do just some education in the community, you know, like with like the teachers. And we do a quarterly membership luncheon that talks about what we do to the educators. And yeah, just kind of try to spread the word about trash and trees.
keeping it clean.
I like
So
that's
you
a
had
good-
I like that alliteration.
I do.
part of the birthday party we just had.
Oh, yeah.
You did trash pickup. So they were supposed to go, and I jokingly said, I don't know if you saw my post, I said, we've got to clean downtown up before we have a party. If we're going to have a birthday party, we got to clean house first.
Yeah.
So that was part of the whole day, though, and was helping. I know. It was.
We did. We were, yes.
It wasn't
we
a
had
ton
a
of people.
small cleanup scheduled. My son showed up and he cleaned up. But on the flip side of that, downtown was super clean. So it didn't really need, he was having to really look for trash to find that day.
Maybe
so
somebody else helped us get ready
sometimes
for
the parks department does come and clean up downtown. But Yeah, so that was our kickoff to that.
So what's Arbor Day? What day is it?
So our celebration is this Friday, the 28th, and it's at the auditorium. And we do, it's kind of a long thing that we do. It's a big program. It starts off with a poster contest, and we go for K through 5. GISD participates, GCS participates, and this year PTAA participated. And so they have a theme, and this year's theme was Happiness is Trees. And
that's your shirt.
That's my shirt. And so this is the first time anybody has seen this shirt, except East Texas Print Shop that made our shirts.
Oh, fun. Just down the street.
Just down the street, yeah. So anyway, they get a shirt, the winners. There's, like I said, one in every grade, and they get a little paint set and a ribbon, and so they get all this given to them by our mayor, Jerry Ransom, at our celebration. And then we invite the schools to come and do musical presentations. So we have 4 schools doing that this year. And then this year we have something a little bit different. Shelley Corrales from the Greenville Chamber of Commerce is going to read the Giving Tree. So she's going to kind of do that as the commercial break. Bonnie Stewart in the past was our MC for the whole show, and she would do like jokes, but we figured we would do something new this year. So Bonnie's still our MC, and then Shelley will be our mid-entertainment. And we have a forestry person that comes and talks, and yeah, and then we also...
Can people show up too?
Oh yeah, it's totally free.
So it's open to the public?
Yeah, open to the public.
It starts
at 10. It's usually about an hour and a half. Just depends on how long it takes the schools to participate. And then also, all the teachers that had 10 or more kids, they get a t-shirt. So I'm just gonna hold this up, and this is our, y'all see that? Our t-shirt this year, Happiness is Trees. And this is actually artwork from a poster that someone did several years ago that I had kept because I always thought I liked it and we might use it one day. And of course, all of our sponsors are on the back of this shirt as well, which y'all are one of our sponsors actually, because y'all do so much for us. So
awesome.
Yeah, along with I can say the Atmos Energy, the city of Greenville. Here, I'll just hold this up. Arborgen. So Arborgen is they donate trees to us, and they give us 3,000 trees every year, saplings to package up.
So where do can they plant anywhere? How do the kids?
So how the kids get the trees is right now, MJROTC, they have been so kind to take their time and package all these saplings. And what you do, they're just little sticks, is what they look like. And then you wrap them in wet paper towel, you put them in a sleeve, like a newspaper sleeve, and then they get bundled up and delivered to the schools, hopefully Friday. And then they're passed out per class, and every kid gets a tree.
Is it a tree in particular?
No, there's all different kinds. The only one that I saw for sure was a red bud, which we
Very
never
nice.
know like what we're getting, but they're always native to our area. So a lot of times we get pecans, all kinds of maples. We've had sweet gum, a red bud, ash. You just never know what you're going to get. Basically, they give us kind of their leftovers of what they have at the end of the season, and yeah, so that is such a big deal.
So they take it home and plant it at home, or whatever they want with it?
They do. So when I do a little presentation at the school, and we go and talk about poster contests, actually we just did that for the first time this year. We went and actually talked about the contest early to get them excited about doing the contest, and then we showed them about trees. So we talk about how they grow, what trees are good for, what they do for us, and what we use them for. Yes, it's a big for oxygen. That's one of my questions.
So we can breathe.
So we can breathe. We use them for paper. What do we write with at school? Pencils.
We have a relationship.
We have houses. So anyway, yeah, all those things. And then we talk about Tree City USA, which Greenville, this is actually our 28th year as our Arbor Day celebration and a Tree City USA. So if you ever go into a city and you see like that sign, sometimes we don't have one. I don't know why, but we don't. But anyway, you have that sign, that means that they had to do all these things you have to plant so many trees per capita, you have to have a celebration, you have to have a parks board. So
Wow.
we
And
have
we've been doing that for
28 years. It's a really big designation because a lot
Sure.
of cities like don't have it. So we're pretty proud that we have that.
So you partner a lot with the children in the elementary schools? Is that where you guys target to teach them?
We do target more in that area
Very
to
nice.
teach about trees, and they love it. It's like the one good time that we can go in and kind of just talk about that. So, but yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I hadn't known most of that. I don't think we did it. Did we do it when you were in school?
We
I
did
don't
not.
remember. I don't remember it
I've
when
been
I
out
was-
of school way longer than 28 years. So
Right, but, yeah, so have I. But I was just thinking we did things, but we didn't do
we
that.
didn't do that. In fact,
And we didn't get trees. Nobody gave us trees.
Nobody got trees, but you can see trees like all over town. People will send me messages on Facebook or just tell me, I planted this tree and it's this big,
Oh,
a
fun.
long time ago. And yeah, my dad has some of the trees that not from me, but leftovers, that I would bring and they would plant on the property. I had one principal that would take our leftovers and he had property and he would just go and plant all the leftovers.
Nice.
So,
Right.
yeah, it just helps to, give back to all the trees that, this past year we lost a lot of trees with our storms. So,
No, it's
Yeah.
so crazy.
I
We
have
had to
a-
cut ours down.
Yeah, I have a half tree, and I think it was between the
you
storm.
need to get a tree.
Between the storm and the summer, the drought. So between cold and drought, I think I've got issues. So you said something also about the fall, the cleanup.
Okay, so yeah, the other thing that I was like trash and trees. The trash cleanups, we do a Texas trash off, and that's in the spring. We've already done that this year, and then we do a fall sweep, and that is basically we just kind of organize, where we're going to go. I kind of drive around town, or if people call and tell me, or my board tells me what looks bad, and I kind of focus on those areas, and we just
And you give them all the stuff. You
we
give them-
provide, so on those type days, they meet. We have a meeting place. I give them trash bags. We have trash grabbers. I have vests and gloves and all the stuff. And then we just send out groups and they go and pick up for a few hours. And then the Parks Department goes and picks up all the bags after that.
So it's a smaller version of Adopt a Highway, but within the city.
It's within the city.
Right.
So it's,
Is there any relation with that?
So
Adopt a Highway and
Adopt
keep-
a Highway is within. They're like a partner to Keep. So we're an affiliate of Keep Texas Beautiful, and they are within that program. So like we can tell them go call Adopt a Highway, and a business can do it, an individual, a group. And get your own sign and pick up. They have different times a year you pick up. You can
Yes,
really
ma'am.
do it
I
whenever.
think it's 4 times a year with
Yeah.
Adopt a Highway.
So, but we don't do it with them.
Correct.
And you mentioned taking pictures, so you can advertise
So,
them. Say,
yeah, what I
hey,
was
they
saying
partnered
was-
with us if it was a group or.
Yeah.
Like,
So
my mom filled out my first application for a job, and then I saw it, and I was like, it was all the things that I did with the Girl Scouts. So, it acted like it was my idea, but I made little things for the nursing home trays, and I did this, and I cleaned up, and all these things that somebody else had their idea. It was Girl Scouts or something, but Mom thought it. So it helps develop young children.
it does, and my kids were in Boy Scouts forever. They probably started between me and they've been picking up trash for a long time. But there's another thing that businesses can do, and I had one business actually come in from Dallas back in the spring. Motorola, they contacted me, they saw my Facebook post, and she was like, we can't do it on the day that you're doing it, but can we come in and do it on a different day? And I'm like, sure. So they got a bus, they got a, what do you call it, like a whatever bus.
little van?
Yeah, the little van thing. And anyway, they came here and I met them over by Splash Kingdom. I told them where to clean up. They had about 8 people. I met them with supplies and they picked up, and then I
Awesome.
took pictures before and after. And so anytime an organization, a group, a business wants to just do that, I've had people, they can't do it on Saturday mornings. They might want to do it after work on Thursday.
Right.
And so, great, do that. Let me know that you want to do that, and I will meet you with trash bags. I will meet you with grabbers. I'll take your picture. I'll put your business name, your whatever on Facebook and talk about you. And just another way for us to clean up all the time, because 2 times a year is just not enough. It's constant. You can clean up and you go back and it's there again the next week because of the wind and the rain. So
I love that. You show about community. It keeps us loving our cities, our towns, our countries, and the involvement with the students and teaching them not to take for granted the trees in our community as well. I think that's awesome.
Thank you. I love it. It's 2 of my favorite things is trash and trees.
Well, thank you.
Arbor Day and trash. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to tell us.
Thanks for having me.
How we can help, and all of this is volunteer stuff. So
It's
if
all
you want to do
volunteer.
something,
Yes.
If you want to do something, this is one of the places.
Volunteer, and also we are 501c3, so
Give us money.
Give us money. I'm not going to be ashamed to ask. We don't get a lot of money, and the more, of course, we have, the more we can do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Yeah.
And now we'll go sponsors again. We go have more commercials. And Micah is going to tell us about what's happening at the municipal building, the GMA, when we come back.
The most amazing state-of-the-art Chevy dealership in Texas is now open. The all-new Platinum Chevrolet in Terrell.
And we'd like to personally invite you to come by and meet our team. Every day we drive the difference by providing incredible values and exceptional service. Shop and explore a huge selection of new Chevys across 14 acres, all specially priced. You'll find us just off Spur 557 in Terrell.
Drive the difference at the all-new Platinum Chevrolet.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Henley Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Henley Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Henley Auto Supply has the right parts to keep your vehicle running. And backed by the best hometown service. Henley Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Henley Auto Supply and CarQuest.
You need someone who will take the time to understand your unique tax situation, someone who will help you plan for the future and knows the right questions to ask to get the most out of your return? If so, call D. Earl's Tax Service, where you'll be treated like family by our family. We have 2 convenient locations in Greenville and Quinlan to help you with all your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs. D. Earl's Tax Service, serving Hunt County for 40 years. Stop by and say hi to the family at D. Earl's Tax Service.
Welcome back. I've told you so lots of times. If you want to know why we're laughing, you got to come hang out in our studio audience. Now, I do want you to watch the commercials, though.
Yes.
Because we can't be here without commercials. But we do have quite a bit of fun during those commercials here. And we end up laughing when we come back online. So, welcome, Micah.
Thank you.
I've been doing lots of things with you lately. It's been very exciting for what's been happening at the sold out shows. Sold out or this close to sold out, which is very exciting.
For sure.
I'm not sure who all's coming, but it's fun. I'm glad they're coming to town. And more stuff downtown, the better.
For sure.
Maybe we'll get more restaurants, so because we'll fill them up on the days for sure that we have shows.
Right,
when you bring 1,400 people downtown, they need somewhere to eat.
Yeah.
And then they come early to get a parking place because there's no parking next to it. Even though I keep telling you,
I was 40 minutes early to come see Harvey to make sure I had a parking spot.
So what else? What's happening? I'm sort of talking exciting stuff, and I won't give that secret. But he was in Harvey.
I was, that was fun.
And
You've kind
of
awesome.
Put together were you just part of it, or are you kind of helping coordinate the Greenville
So
Theater
yeah,
Works?
no, I love talking about Greenville Theater Works. So the history, I'll give you the 30-second history. So the history of the company is that my predecessor, Kevin Banks, who was in my job before me, and he retired last year, he and a local guy named Pip Bickford had the idea to have a theater company here in town. And so Pip's original thought was that the theater company would be kind of a semi-professional, so people would get paid, the actors would get paid, that sort of thing. The idea that people would come out of Dallas. Well, that model and then COVID just really kind of hurt that tremendously. So I was actually in their second show that they did, so that's how I made that connection. So when I got here, I said, okay, what the city really needs is community theater. That's more sustainable, it's a better long-term model, you're dealing more with volunteers, you're not worrying so much about the cost of paying people.
Right.
So I started talking to different people in the community, and eventually that formed into a board. So now we have a board of directors, and that Harvey was our first show that we did as the official 501c3 nonprofit Greenville Theater Works community theater. So we've got another show coming up.
I was going to say, you have auditions coming up.
Yeah, May 12th and 13th we'll have auditions for Much Ado About Nothing, which is going to be our first Shakespeare in the Part. I know.
Which part?
You guys can't see off camera, but there's a guest coming up in just a minute that I haven't met yet that I'm waving at off camera who looked at me and went, yes, very excited. So I expect to see you at the auditions on May 12th and 13th, please. That would be great. That one's going to be a lot of fun, not only because it's going to be outdoors, it'll be in July, so it'll be hot, but we'll do it at night. We're going to do it over in the big space between Jalu and the library. There's a big field there.
Oh, cool.
And so we're going to do it outside, and it is going to be set in the fictional East Texas town of Messina, Texas, because the original play by Shakespeare was set in Messina, Italy. So we're going to keep the name the same, but just pronounce it wrong like we do to all of our towns here in Texas.
That's a normal Texas thing.
And it's going to be set in a trailer park.
Oh, how fun.
So, yeah. Well, if you read Much Ado About Nothing, it is basically a trashy Hallmark movie. It really is, if you read it. And it really is, you get to the end of it and you're like, nothing happened in this play.
And that's it, Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah, it is. It is a perfectly titled play. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to do a musical at the GMA in September. And then we're going to do something around the holidays. We will know Saturday. Okay. We're having a board meeting Saturday, and we're going to finally select the musical. So
fun.
All that's happening, yeah. It's pretty cool.
And so what's okay.
Yeah.
And now
so check that out online, gtwlive.com. gtwlive.com. Tiffany has no graphics because I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but I'm always happy to talk about Greenville Theater. Let's talk about the GMA for a second, though, because this Friday, the DSO back here in Greenville again. It's not the full symphony now.
Right.
So this is DSO on the go, and I got to tell you, those are really fun shows. I mean, the full symphony is really cool. They put out so much sound. They sound so great in our room because, you know, the acoustics in there for a symphony are just perfect.
Right.
But this will be smaller groups of musicians. So some solo, some like, you know, quartets or octets or whatever, doing different pieces of what classical music folks would probably call chamber music, right? So a little more in that vein. And so they'll be moving through different groups of people, and then there will be somebody from the DSO who will talk about the pieces in between. It's a really cool show for a very reasonable price, and you can get those tickets online at DallasSymphonyGreenville.com, or you can go to our website. You can always go to the GMA website. We link everything out from there, so, and that's showtime at thegma.com. So that's Friday night. That's at 7:30. That's going to be a really, really fun show. I'm excited about it, and every time I come on, I say the same thing. I'm going to say it again. So I'm looking at the camera to say the best way that you can support the arts in Greenville is to buy tickets to the shows. That includes here at the Texan. That includes at the GMA. This is how the only way we can keep bringing these types of shows in is for the community to come out and support it. If the promoters can't sell tickets to their shows, they're not going to come back. Right? They have to be able to sell tickets. And it doesn't mean that you come every weekend, right? Most people don't have those kind of funds laying around that you're going to come to the show every weekend. But, you know, you can come and support these things. If you want the DSO to keep coming to Greenville, we're the only places that they do this. It's a very unique relationship. And this is their 48th year to be coming to Greenville. So we want to keep that intact. How do we do it? Come see the show. You got to come see these musicians. And every time I talk about the DSO, I say the same thing. This has become one of the top symphony orchestras in the world. as Dallas has grown and become one of the largest metropolitan areas on earth, right? It's a huge area. Dallas is going to pass Chicago as the third largest city in the United States by the next census, if the data holds. They have been able to attract stronger, better musicians. Nothing against the folks who were in the DSO in the past. They've always had a great group, but they're now moving up into the same par with groups like the Boston Philharmonic, with the New York Philharmonic, with the London Philharmonic, right? Who are some of the best orchestras in the world. So you can come Friday night and see some of the best musicians that are walking planet Earth today playing right across the street in the GMA in Greenville, Greenville, Texas. And you guys mentioned a while ago, it's like people say, oh, there's nothing to do in Greenville. Yeah, there is. There's stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
So
and Friday, they're actually both not expensive. I have a show also, Boomtown, a musical about the most dangerous town in Texas.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
But it's only $25.
See, $25, you can come, and I think I may be wrong on this, so if you're watching, go online. Don't take this as the gospel truth, because I don't have it memorized, but I think the DSO tickets are only $35.
Right.
So you're looking at $35 over there, $25 over here.
And that's not even bad.
That's a good ticket price.
Yeah.
That is a great ticket price.
To be able to do something
fun
and good.
Yes.
Mine's a touring show.
Absolutely.
That's the Dallas Symphony.
It's very cultural. It's very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took my daughter to go see Harvey, and it's been years. So then I took her boyfriend, who's never been out here, saw a play, and we were just floored. You guys did an outstanding job. We really enjoyed it.
So let's talk about Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Saturday.
Before I pivot, because I don't know how much time.
We got about 4 minutes.
How am I doing on time?
3 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, I can do
3,
it in 4
4,
minutes.
5.
Okay, Saturday night, Queen of the Night, Whitney Houston tribute concert. And that is $25.
Entertainment series? Or no?
It is not an entertainment series. It is a promoter out of Dallas that's bringing this show in. If you haven't gone online, go on to our Facebook page and you'll find the videos linked there. And you can hear the lady that's going to be singing the Whitney part. And she's great, right? If you love Whitney Houston, I grew up on Whitney Houston.
Right.
Yes. This is my personal opinion, so don't write me about it. I think Whitney Houston may be, if not the greatest singer who ever lived, she's in the top 5 of like greatest singers like ever in the history of humans. She was unbelievably good, and her music is fantastic. She just every song she did was a hit, you know. So if you love that music and you grew up on it, like most of us did, come see the show, right? Saturday night, 7:30. Tickets are only $25. You're gonna have a great time with that band. Then next Saturday, and I'm very excited about this. This is from the tourism side of what I do for the city. Right here, right outside these doors, right here in your building, from 11 to 7, the Festival of the Arts.
Festival of the Arts.
This is the second annual Festival of the Arts. We have over 70 artists and vendors who are going to be lining up and down Lee Street here. We're going to have food trucks in the spot, plus you're going to be able to buy food right here at Barber's Place or at Ashen Rose or Fiddle and Fork or La Katrina or La Sabrosita, right? Fado Amano down on the other end. Landon Winery down here. You got all of our local businesses down here that you can shop from. Then we're going to have
stuff on stage all day.
Yes, live performances here in the Texan
all day
by GISD. They're going to do their one-act play. There's Suzuki Strings, Cricket City Improv from A&M Commerce. Greenville Family Theater is going to do probably a piece from their Music Man. She hasn't told me what they're going to do for sure yet. And then Greenville Theater Works is sponsoring contestants from the Voice of Hunt County, including the winner of the Voice of Hunt County, who will sing here that afternoon. Then on the outdoor stage, down here at the end of the block, near La Katrina, we're going to have Cole Reisner. We're going to have Brandon Callies, the Blues Doctors, Remy Riley, who's an up-and-comer. She's 19 and is about to release her first album, and she is incredibly talented. You really want to come see her for sure, because I think she's about to take off. You're going to be able to say, I saw her before she took off, right? Heart of the City, which is Brandon Callies' band as well. And then our headliner for this year is Deep Blue Something. And
are they at 7?
They are at 5:30.
5:30.
They'll play from 5:30 to 7. So music will start at 11. It'll run all the way to 7.
So the streets will be closed. Lee Street
will be closed. Lee Street will be closed.
And if you want to get to the other side, you're going to have to climb.
Yeah.
Make your way around.
You'll have to fight our parking problem down here, which we know we have, but you're going to have a lot of fun. It's free.
All day free
to the public. So all you got to do is you don't even have to buy a ticket for this. Just come out,
have a
and
good
enjoy
time.
it. And there's going to be things for your kids to do, interactive booths for them to do artwork and pieces. Lots of craft vendors and people with things. Mother's Day's coming up, right?
Yes.
It's a great place to find a Mother's Day gift, or to come see free music, free show all day long. So it's family friendly, and we hope that we're going to have a huge, huge turnout for that.
Awesome.
Sounds exciting.
It is, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about, because our friends from the park department are coming on here in a minute, so I'm not going to talk about what they're going to talk about. Just know that the Color Fun Run will be that day, and they're going to talk about that in a minute. And then Farmers Market that morning, that's my friend Caleb Shreve, who's the Main Street manager, who's helping us to put this together.
9 to noon?
It's from 9 to noon that day, and it's the grand opening of the Farmers Market that day. So it's been open, but this is the official grand opening on May 6th coming up here, so it's a week from Saturday. So, and then I told him that I would mention him before I left, but for some reason my friend John Hayden wasn't on today, and he said, when's the library guy going to come back on? So Tiffany, you got to call John so he can come back on. This has become the thing now, that when Caleb and John and I go on one of these shows or whatever,
you mentioned
now we have to mention the other ones.
Well, the library has been doing amazing.
They're doing amazing things.
They're
doing so many amazing things.
He said that his staff is creative, and when they say, "Oh, can we?" he goes, "Yes, you can." And so they spearhead it, which I know I can't do everything, and it's so awesome when somebody has the idea, and I help them do what they are excited about.
Yeah.
And
I've had to do the same thing with Festival of the Arts. I could not have done it all on my own, so it's been great to have like Caleb and Bridget Saxon that works with me at the GMA, our friends from the park department
they're on their way.
Yeah, they're coming. I'm trying not to step on their toes, so they're coming up here in a minute, and they're doing amazing work too. So awesome. But really excited. I hope May 6th, 11 to 7. We'll see you guys there.
So thank y'all. We got to run away to do our commercials again. Oh, and I haven't mentioned discount wheels and tires. And the Valvoline Express. And they have Ladies' Day yesterday. They'll take care of any of your car needs. And Hunt Regional Healthcare, it takes care of our bodies and our health and all of our health, not just when you're sick health, but to not get sick health. Sure. Preventive health. So thank y'all very much, and we will be back with the Parks Department.
Company coming? Make sure they stay with us. At Best Western Plus, we'll treat them right. Like hot complimentary breakfast, spacious rooms, a glorious pool, fitness and business center, and best of all, a friendly staff. Our large, flexible meeting rooms are great for business and social get-togethers. Best Western Plus, just off of Interstate 30 near Cracker Barrel. Staying with us is always a plus. Best Western Plus in Greenville.
Hi, I'm Kathy with Long Branch Dental Center. Lumineers are porcelain glass shells that fit over the top of your teeth and give them a dynamite look. You can change the shape, the size, and the color. So call today to ask about Lumineers. Long Branch Dental Center, making North Texas more beautiful, one smile at a time.
Welcome back. We weren't laughing that time, but we do. We were laughing before we got noticed that we were about to be on. So you still need to come see how we are, and I'll maybe bring a table back. I'm so sorry, y'all were all having to stand around waiting for us. But y'all were quiet. I think maybe not sitting helps people stay quiet. because it gets very distracting when we can't hear over here. So I'm not going to talk through their whole segment.
Yes, ma'am.
I need to. So welcome, Holly and Geraldine. Cool. Very nice to have you guys.
Thank you.
And what all is happening? We were talking in the commercial about last night's pop-up park and snow cones.
Yes.
It's free snow cones?
Yeah, it was free snow cones. We probably made close to 100 snow cones last night. It was a lot of fun. Now, I will say some kids did, get maybe 3 or 4 snow cones. That's okay,
Sugar they were thirsty. They were thirsty.
Yeah, they were. They had a lot of fun playing the games that we brought out there. We were at J-Lou last night.
What do you bring?
So we had...
somebody was asking me today, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's different every week depending on the park and what's there. But last night we had this Jumbo Connect 4 game. We had this mini bowling game set up on the sidewalk so you can bowl and then set it back up. We had some of the, I don't know what you call it, but where you have the tennis balls and the Velcro.
And you catch it on the...
Yeah, we had that. We had a ring toss on the cones. And then, of course, the whole park that's there and free snow cones. So it was a lot of fun.
Is that the splash pad there?
Yes, yeah. The splash pad wasn't on yet.
But it's not also, it's kind of chilly right now for a splash pad. Even though we pretend like it was hot like last week.
Yep, but we wore shorts today thinking it was going to be hot. So.
Yeah, well, it got cool overnight. As I went out, my dogs wake me up and I take them out in the dark. And I was like, oh, I should probably have some more clothes on. Yeah, this is a little bit chilly. So don't let them stay out very long.
No, the evening pop-up parks, they're 6 to 8, so they end relatively early for school night. Next week we'll be at Middleton Park. So
Middleton?
It's over this way, downtown a little bit. It's a smaller park in a neighborhood, so we'll be there next week.
On Lee Street?
It's not on Lee Street.
Sorry, I'm
forgetting the specific street it's on.
I've never heard of this park.
Yeah, and that's why we do the pop-up parks, because most people don't know that Greenville has 9 parks. And so
I've
trying to recruit them out to the park.
2, and then Sports Park was 3, and J-Lou Park, and then I was driving from my house around, and I'm like, that's a park. Because the one on 1570 was by my house.
Yes, Oak Creek.
It was like, oh my, there's a park here.
Yeah.
And then I found out it was a city park. So, yeah. And now we tore down the Austin school, so.
Yep, yes, there's Austin Park, there's Arnold Park, pretty close to downtown across the Stonewall Bridge over there. There's a dog park there. So yeah, there's Warren Park over kind of behind O'Reilly's and over a little bit. So yeah, we have a lot of parks.
Nice.
So if y'all want to check out Middleton Park and go see it for the first time, we'll be there next Tuesday from 6 to 8.
And can they find out the schedule of parks? Go to...
Yeah, it's on our website, greenvilletx.fun, or it's also on our Facebook page. So if you follow Greenville, Texas Parks and Rec, it's on there as well.
Show up. It should show up in your newsfeed. May or may not. You might have to actually search for it and go to it, or like it, and then it shows up in that other part of your... They don't always pop up.
Right.
You'd think they would.
Well, one thing that you can do, so on our website, we've started a calendar. So there's a recreation calendar and then an athletic one for the sports. But you can actually subscribe to those, and then it'll put it on your personal calendar. So you'll be able to look and see, there's a pop-up park tonight, or there's a color run next Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
and so the fun stuff at the parks, it's free to go to the pop-up park.
It is.
And it has stuff like snow cones.
Yeah, we usually do snow
free.
cones or popcorn. I think there's a couple where we're doing food trucks at them, but there's always fun stuff happening.
So do y'all do pop-up parks often, frequently? Will it go through the summer to give the kids something to do?
It will. So we're doing Tuesday evening pop-up parks. So that's 9 weeks of Tuesdays. That'll finish up in May. And then starting in June, once school is out for the summer, we'll do morning pop-up parks, starting with the first Thursday morning in June. That'll be 9 to 11. And then we'll do 9 Thursday mornings.
Nice.
So yeah, one a week for 18 weeks in a row.
A little bit consistent too. It's on every Thursday or every Tuesday. I like that.
So what else we haven't talked about your papers.
Right.
Does she have the papers?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about the sports real quick and then hand it over to Geraldine to talk about some of our fun events that are coming up. So we've just opened registration for adult kickball. It is co-ed. It's a lot of fun. It's not very, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some people that are very competitive about kickball, but most people, they're just out there having fun.
So kickball is sort of like baseball?
Yeah,
So
yeah, except you're, just
you're
kicking the
it,
big,
but-
like, dodgeball looking thing.
Run around the
Yes.
base kind of thing.
Yeah, you run
Not-
around the bases.
Not like dodgeball.
There's an umpire.
Dodgeball can be kind of, and it's a real
Yeah.
umpire, right?
Treacherous.
Not like I read
Yeah.
yesterday, baseball's turning into AI.
Not here in Greenville. We
So-
still have umpires.
So the computer's deciding if it's a strike or a ball.
I mean, I guess that would be more objective, but
I
kind
guess,
of.
but that's kind of scary.
No, we're not going to AI. yet.
AI's getting creepy. So I mean, it's just my opinion of. I've got a computer science degree, but some of this stuff I'm reading about going. I say, what are they going to not have baseball players? Are they going to have computer players? I don't know. I don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no,
Kickball. And?
It's on Friday nights. It's co-ed. So a lot of people that sign up, it'll be like a group of coworkers, a group from their church, just friends.
So each team is co-ed?
Yes. Yep. Each
So
team is co-ed.
Do you take how many of?
Yes. So
You can't have like all in one girl, all boys and one girl.
Right. No, you don't. So you have to have 9 people to play. Your roster can be up to, I want to say it's 15, and JC, our athletic coordinator, will be commenting down below if I say anything wrong. But you'll have
They're all watching us.
Yes. You'll have at least 9 people to play each
Right.
game, so that gives you some leeway room for people to, have to
Sick
work that
or-
night, or yeah. But you have to have at least, if you're playing with 9 people, 5 women and 4 men.
Okay.
So that keeps it even, so that you don't have all men and 1 woman, or vice versa. So it's just so everything's even and fun. So that you sign up as a team, it's $225, or you can sign up as a free agent, which means you want to play, but you don't know anybody that has a team. And so at the managers meeting, we'll give the list of free agents to all the team managers, so that way if they still need some people to put on their team.
So if they have a team of 7,
yeah, and they need
they
2
can
more.
find free agents to fill in their spots.
Yeah, and it's free to sign up as a free agent, and we'll give that over to the team manager. And then the other sport we have coming up is sand volleyball. So we
Sand
have
volleyball is one thing on the floors. I tried to do this sand volleyball thing. I love it. The floor moves.
It does.
It's hard to stay up. It is such a workout. So I'm advocating for it, but be ready. It's a workout.
No, good thing is if you fall,
It
it's
doesn't
sand.
hurt quite as bad.
But yeah, so we have adult teams. They play 4-on-4. Same thing. Well, with that, you can sign up as a men's team or a co-ed team. Those play on Tuesday nights, and you can still have a roster of up to 15.
Oh, wow.
So, if you want to
Train
join
them
as a
in
big
now.
group, yeah. I mean, most of them, since they're only playing 4-on-4, they don't use their full roster, but they can. Just if you wanted to sign up.
So if you have people as old as I am and we get exhausted, you can switch them out on like every game.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get exhausted for the whole game.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of fun. And we actually have a sand volleyball league going now. So this will be for the summer league.
Is it at the sports park?
Yep,
So
it's at the sports park at the sand volleyball courts there.
Are they open for just anybody to use, or do you have to wait for?
So they are open unless they're reserved.
Right.
So if they're not reserved, they're kind of like the parks. They're open anytime the park is open. Now, if somebody does have a reservation, or if
Yeah.
you're planning a big event at one of the parks or at sand volleyball, the safe bet is to reserve it. So
Right.
that way you don't get there and somebody else kicks you out.
Right.
So, but yeah, and this is only $125 a team, and it's because you do self-scoring, right? You both agree, turn in a scorecard. We do have staff there. And then we have high school and junior high leagues. Oh, I said this backwards. Adults are on Tuesdays. High school and junior high leagues are on Thursday evenings. So same thing, co-ed or just girls for that. So if you want to come out as a junior high team or high school team, you can do that. And now I know I use most of the time, so I'm going to pass it over to Geraldine, and I'm going to stop talking.
I'm going to have to really
You don't have to
speed
go
through
fast.
this.
We'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Well, also at the sports park next weekend, we're going to have our Color Blaze Fun Run
Oh, yeah, he
and
was
5K.
saying-
Yeah, so it's part of the Hunt County Festival of Arts, but we'll be at the sports park, not in downtown.
Right.
The
And how
fun
does
run.
it, they
but-
roll colors on there?
Yes. So with your registration, when you register, you'll get a shirt, sunglasses, a backpack, and a color packet. And so when you're doing the fun run or the 5K, we'll have stations where we'll like kind of toss the color on you, and then at the end you'll get to celebrate with your own color. It is $25 for the fun run and $35 for the 5K. We suggest that you register.
Sure, it's fun.
Yeah.
I know I did a mud race last year, and it was fun. I was very concerned about let's just jump in the mud, which is the first thing you do is jump in mud. But we had a great time. So I think that it gets to be a great time once you kind of get into the spirit of I'm going to get all yucky.
So is this the first time y'all are doing the Color Fun Run, or have you done it before?
The second time.
And it was well received?
Yeah, we had a really great turnout last year.
Yeah,
So
we
do
had
we have
almost
this-
200 people sign up last year.
200?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And
And
all
sign up in advance.
age groups?
So it was split about 50-50 between the fun run and the 5K. So we had a lot of families, young kids that did the fun run.
Is it like 1K or how long is the fun run?
1 mile.
1 mile. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And we got more. You got more papers.
Yeah, we also are starting up our Food Truck Fridays.
Aha.
So the first one is actually May 12th. They're also at the sports park. The first movie we're showing is The Jungle Book. So it's a free event. We'll show a movie once the sun sets, but we'll start at 6 p.m. with the food truck lineup. And I think we actually have a really good food trucks lined up for these events.
Nice.
I don't know the exact schedule, but I know that we'll have like Perkins concessions out there, Kona Ice, Traveling Tom's Coffee, which they were at our Easter event. Who was the other one at the Easter? Rockin' Burger was at the Easter event. They'll be there. They'll be back. And then I'm excited for this one. We're gonna have Cousins Maine, which is where they do the lobster rolls.
Wow.
So, and there's
we don't
plenty
have
more.
lobster rolls down here very often.
Right. So I think that'll be fun. And we actually have 4 Food Truck Fridays lined up, and we'll be posting about those on our Facebook. And each one will have a movie that we'll be showing. She mentioned pop-up parks already, but stuff that we've got going on at Reese is next weekend, May 7th. We have our Celebrate Mom Art Hour. So what we'll do is we'll be doing a craft for Mother's Day.
Nice.
Our craft for this one is we get to decorate a mug, and then that same mug we're gonna fill it with a succulent for Mom.
Nice.
So register at greenvilletx.fun. We also have our senior lunch on May 11th, sponsored by Terry Driggers. So this is a senior lunch that's free to anyone over the age of 60 at Reese Davis. I believe it's going to be barbecue. So sign up.
Ooh, I qualify for that one.
Yeah, so sign up.
Come have lunch with
Yeah,
us.
it's free. Yeah, come have lunch with us. And then on May 13th, we'll have our 8-ball shootout. And that one is sponsored by Ernie's Barbecue. So it's $15 to register, ages 17 and up, and lunch will be provided.
Nice.
Yeah.
How exciting. There's a ton of stuff going.
A ton of
Athletic
stuff.
Fun.
She keeps us busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do my best.
So thank y'all very much for coming and telling us all about it. Look
Yeah,
forward
thanks
to
for
the
having
next
us.
time. I love hearing about all the things we can do at all the parks that I didn't know we had. I'm learning all kinds of things. So thank y'all very much. We're going to go to commercials, and then we're doing mental health awareness with Glen Oaks. So, wow.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
my
They have
goodness.
to come see us laugh.
Oh.
Well, we end up laughing, saying something, and then the commercial, they're all back and we're all having a good time and laughing.
Yeah, of course we are.
So, we have now about mental health awareness, Jennifer and Noelle, right? Yay. See, I didn't even have
you
to.
did well.
So, thank you all very much for being here. I have a quick question first. I had somebody was talking to me earlier. She had hurt, one person that hurt somebody, and then we were wondering.
Had hurt somebody or heard somebody?
Hurt.
Oh,
She did
dear.
hurt, and she had issues, but they were saying, well, I think they answer the phone at night. So do they?
Oh
So
my
is
gosh,
there, if there's an emergency, they can call Glen Oaks?
Yes, I mean, Glen Oaks is 24/7. We're a behavioral hospital, but if someone, is injured, then that type of injury really needs to go to the emergency room.
No, but I'm saying the person that did the injury that was
needed some
having
emotional
yes.
behavioral help.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But they can call there. I mean, it's not. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And so thank you for the 2 minutes or 1 minute of your PSA. Now let's go on to much more. The education sounds much more fun than
So
people who are actually hurting.
Well, education is so important, and we have what's called a continuing education, like a kind of a seminar coming up in May, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So Noelle's going to tell you a little bit about who's going to be in it, where it's at, and how long, and all of that.
Yes, we are so excited. So this is a CEU, a continuing education. We're offering 3 hours for any mental health professional. So we're super excited about that. We have mental health professionals from Glen Oaks, from our hospital, from A&M Commerce, we are partnering with Lakes Regional. So this is going to be a real conversation around addiction trends. So we are really going to talk about what is happening in terms of different drugs, newer drugs that are out. Well, how is that impacting our society? What does that look like in terms of trauma? And what are we doing about it as a community?
Kind of goes with what we had last week, because we were talking about the 3F, the fentanyl, what's been happening around town. They're like, it's not just out there.
Correct.
It's here.
Yeah.
It's right here in Hunt County. So.
Exactly, and I think that's part of the problem, is that we kind of live in our bubbles and don't realize these things are directly impacting us every single day. Yeah.
It's easy to get in your bubble.
It really, really
and
is.
Not real. There's a lot of, and when I had the homeless stay here, they're like, we have homeless? Yeah, there's a lot of people in tents.
Unfortunately.
And things like this. It's just, it's not necessarily in our face or where we go or in our neighborhood.
Yes.
But we need to be aware of it.
Yes, exactly. And oftentimes there are people that we are interacting with every day, and we don't realize they're hurting.
Right.
And they are suffering from trauma, and they really do need help. And we go about our daily lives, and we're really not paying attention. And so hopefully this kind of a continuing education, also the community also is invited to participate. But best of all, breakfast, there will be a lovely free breakfast. So
free breakfast. And okay, so now, where is this?
And the day.
Food always brings them out,
at Fletcher Warren Civic Center on May 25th. Oh my God.
You get to have
this
coffee.
is service.
It is coffee, tea friendly in me. Except that they were asking me what this is.
Oh my gosh.
This is a pineapple slushie.
So
I had pineapple stuff today, and I wanted to try the slushie.
We're
so
getting to
cold.
prepare our coffee in public.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I was bringing a spoon as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's part of the show.
Oh my goodness. Lovely.
And if you come down and you are in our studio audience, I will have chairs for my studio audience next time. But you get free coffee.
Thank you.
So, and I hadn't even talked about that. They come have free coffee, and Gabe will pay for it.
Let's run late just so that we can have because I interrupted everything.
That's fine. Okay.
So on your mental wellness and where we don't talk about it, does that follow in line with the phrase, we need to break the stigma?
Yes.
Be the one,
Be the one, exactly.
Right. Yes.
It's almost something you have to do daily, just to be mindful. And, May being Mental Health Awareness Month,
one of the themes from an organization called Mental Health America is to be mindful in everything you do. It's actually look around, look within. So when you stop and think about, those 4 little words, that's being mindful. Is my space clean and tidy? Where I sleep, is it cool? Is it nice and dark? Is it peaceful? So that you do all those things to have good health and is for your body as well as your mind.
And when I'm so glad you brought that up, because in terms of stigma, a lot of the stigma we hold in ourselves, and we're in pain and we're afraid to reach out because we don't want to be seen in a certain way, or that we have some kind of, it's hard to admit maybe you're struggling with your mental health. Glen Oaks also offers outpatient, so it's a group therapy. And group therapy is powerful in that you really do get to sit around with your peers and see that you are not alone, that you're not the only person that struggles with different aspects of internal pain. And so in terms of the stigma, it's not just about judging other people, right? Oh my gosh, I don't want anything to do with them, because somehow by association,
it might rub off.
But that's why it's so important to talk about it. We shouldn't be afraid, because I'm a veteran, I'm a retired Air Force military, so we have trauma at different levels, and to come forward to say I need help.
Yes.
That's a big no-no.
Right.
You don't want to be known for your mental health issues. So.
Yeah, and part of breaking down that stigma has to do with vulnerability. It has to do with showing pieces of yourself, because honestly, if you're afraid to show pieces of yourself, you're not going to get the help that you need. But then it's also, where's the safe space to do that, where I'm not going to get judged? And so Glen Oaks, we have an amazing staff, and we really do try to create an emotionally safe environment for people to come and heal.
Which helps, talking about it, being out there.
And doing what we're doing today.
Right.
So we really appreciate you very
thank
much.
you.
Yes.
Well, we're glad to. It's nice to be able to have this opportunity, this space to talk about things that are available. I said, I didn't know. And when I asked the first question, where do you go? Somebody had said, oh, you can call the police. And I'm like, I'm not thinking that the police is exactly where we're trying to, this is family. This is, that doesn't sound like, it could be, and they could help facilitate movement or getting there.
We do assessments 24/7. We're never closed. Right.
Yeah, and one of the things is when you do call the hospital, you are not talking to a front desk person. You're talking to a medical professional, a healthcare professional who really is there to make sure you're okay.
And someone that is here in Greenville, not some other town,
not
or
a call center,
not a call center.
Timbuktu.
Right, call center here, and and we can transfer you. Will you please hold? Which.
Right.
It can feel like even a 2-second hold is more than they'll stay for.
Sometimes. Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me also ask, so if they call you, if they come and see you, is there a financial aspect to it? Because, a lot of times, there's a cost associated on the outside. Is that an inhibitor? Do you guys help cover some of those issues so they can come forward?
Well, let me just say this. I understand that you're a veteran, and we have a special program. There's special legislation that allows us to, any veteran in suicidal crisis, we will take immediately with no cost. So we want to make sure that we are getting that piece of the message out. We don't want our veterans to hesitate if they are in a, the suicidal numbers are tremendous. And the last time we were on, we talked about this, but you can't say it enough, right?
Correct.
So, and then beyond that, more about the insurances that we take. We take practically everything under the sun. And
we do. We're in contract with all the major Medicare, all the major insurances, Medicare, managed Medicaids. And when someone calls, if that's their concern, there is a business office person that will discuss that with them. And, because a lot of times at the beginning of the year, you have high deductibles, things like that. We will work with those patients
because of the deductible.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that we go from, okay, we're covered December 31st, January 1st, sorry, you've got to start over, you're done, and it's like,
So as part of there's a mental health evaluation that's done, or a consultation, but also, we are obligated, we have to inform the patient and or the family, what the cost might be. So there is that part too. So they know, before they ever get a bill. Okay.
So, you said golf?
We do. So
do you play golf? I have played golf.
So
I thought that I was gonna. I am a lawyer, but when I was in undergrad and I was going to be a lawyer, I was like, okay, I could go do weightlifting and stuff, but I probably should learn how to play golf so that if I'm in a law firm, I can play golf.
I'm all about just driving the golf cart.
I like that.
I like to do all the hitting and all of that stuff. I'll just.
You can stay with the drink.
Yeah.
The beer cart. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, so did we cover everything that you had on your papers?
So make sure it's...
Okay, yes. Details. May 25th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Did I mention a wonderful deluxe breakfast?
Free breakfast.
Yeah. So then I said, and it's at Fletcher Warren?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I told you that was the hardest part of this whole announcement. Fletcher Warren Civic Center. Yes. That sounds like Peter Piper picked a peck.
Right. And if anyone wants information, they can just contact. They can contact the hospital, or one of us, or something, or they can, and we will send them a link to sign up. And again, it's free. And then you mentioned golf. There is a newly formed nonprofit in Hunt County called Hunt County Behavioral Health Leadership Team.
Oh, nice.
All of that, the acronym HCBHLT. And the website is hcbhlt.org. And what the initiative is to bring even more awareness to Hunt County, to what our local issues are, what we need, what we don't need. But to kick it off, May 19th at Deer Run in Tawakoni, we're having a golf tournament. So all the information, all the details to sign up. If you just want to sponsor, you want your business or something like that, this is something that's dear to you, they can go to that website, they can sign up. I brought a flyer today. And again, May 19th, it's a 7:30 start. It will benefit Fish Ministries, and Fish Ministries basically will earmark those monies for mental health. So whatever's raised, those funds will go towards helping someone, in the type of mental health need. So we're excited.
We usually have Wally on. We have been having Wally.
Yes. And they've had exciting news.
We've been having Wally, and so a lot of our viewers know of Fish.
Perfect. And so again, even if you don't play golf, go on there, sign up, be a sponsor. We'd love to be part of it.
You'll drive the cart.
I will drive the cart. And also, membership. If you're interested, there are committees that are formed, to tackle some of the issues. So it's, I think our next meeting is next week, next Tuesday, I believe. So Tuesday or Wednesday, I apologize. But yeah, it's on the website as well. Mm-hmm.
Did we cover everything? What else have we got? We got more papers.
See, we got more papers. We talked about Mental Health Awareness Month, and again, like I said, that's a big month, especially in our little part of the world. So we have the continuing education. She might have mentioned Dr. Lavelle Hendricks from A&M will be one of the panelists. Also, Matt Cook he's a LPC. He's from Lakes.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's gonna be a great day because of a panelist forum to have.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
Interactive.
Yeah, it's not just gonna be where someone just gets up and blah 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 presents. Right. So it's really gonna be a dynamic conversation, a lot of audience participation, a lot of new information. We're gonna really try to get to the nitty gritty and really talk about addiction on a deeper level. We all know it's caused by trauma. We all know people struggle with it, but to get to some of the real specifics around it with some real experts that we have in our community. So.
Well, it's interesting because I read Chasing the Dragon, which is a book about addiction. But, there's some addictions that we put out there that are illegal, but there's some that we self-medicate in a lot of ways that might be legal, but they're not necessarily healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, and a lot of that would be.
Specifically to your point, we're going to be talking about vaping and what that THC oil actually is, how it actually impacts the body and
I read
the
some of that.
brain. Yes. Yes, the gray matter in your brain, it has a lot of negative impacts that we are starting to see. The science is really starting to show that we didn't understand in the early days when it came out. So some interesting stuff there.
So I think part of what the awareness side of it is the thing I see a lot is be kind. You don't know what that other person.
You never know.
A smile can change a whole day. Especially somebody in the service industry.
Right.
Smile at those people behind the counter.
Absolutely, and that's being mindful, and that's what it really goes back to. And again, the kind of the tagline for May is look around, look within. So look around, see what things that you can do differently, and then look within to see what you can do differently, to improve your mental health.
So exciting. There's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Lots, yeah.
So I look forward to having y'all back.
Thank you.
We've gone, we're flexible.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
We
having us.
appreciate you.
Well, I love hearing about all this. There's so much going on around here. Good and bad, but working to fix things.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so I really do appreciate hearing about it.
Yeah.
I know bits and pieces. I know enough to have ask the question. So thank you all very much. Thanks, Hunt Regional Healthcare. Thanks, Discount Wheels and Tire. Yes. And we will see y'all next week on Coffee Tea, Friendly and Me.